Hello everyone. Today we are talking about the evolution of 10-tailed beast in Naruto and Boruto. This video is based both on official and non-official information. Enjoy. 1. Tree. At the beginning, 10-tails is a Shinju tree. It was planted on the earth by Kagaya Otsutsuki. It can absorb the life energy of the entire planet and convert it into chakra. If it goes well, the Shinju tree will drain off all lives energy and make all the creature lose their lives. 2. Awakening of 10 Tails. After Kagaya Otsutsuki's son Hagoromo Otsutsuki knew the truth behind the lies, he decided to stop his mother Kagaya from continuing to plant the Shinju tree. In the end, Hagoromo Otsutsuki and his younger brother fought with Kagaya. After Shinju felt Kagaya Otsutsuki was in danger, it transformed into 10 Tails and fought for her. 3. Separation of 10 Tails. After Kagaya Otsutsuki and 10 Tails were beaten, Hagoromo Otsutsuki created 9-tailed beasts and gave them all the chakra of the Shinju. In the end, the Shinju was left with an empty shell without any power, which is known as the Geto Mazo. 4. Geto Mazo V1. Hagoromo Otsutsuki sealed the Geto Mazo and Kagaya on the moon, and Hamura Otsutsuki has been guarding on the moon. Later, many years after the death of Hagoromo Otsutsuki, one day Madara Uchiha suddenly opened his Rinnegan, and he stole the Geto Mazo from the moon. 5. Geto Mazo V2. Madara Uchiha was too old to die after he got the Geto Mazo, so he gave his Rinnegan and the Geto Mazo to Nagato, who was still a child. He wished that Nagato could use the power of Rinnegan when he grew up, make Madara resurrection in this way. Nagato became the second owner of the Geto Mazo. 6. Geto Mazo V3. In order to restore the power of the Geto Mazo, Nagato and members of Akatsuki went to catch the tailed beast, and let the Geto Mazo absorb the chakra of the captured tailed beast. But Nagato was beaten by Naruto when he was trying to catch 9 tails. After Nagato died, Obito Uchiha became the new owner of the Geto Mazo. At this time, Geto Mazo acquired 7-tailed beasts, from 1 tail to 7 tails. Its power has become very powerful. 7. 10 Tails vs Alliance. In order to snatch the last 2-tailed beasts, 9-tail and 8-tail, Obito started the 4th Ninkai Taisen War, but unfortunately he failed to achieve his goal. But he had an alternative way. He let Geto Mazo absorb the 9-tailed chakra from Kinkaku and Ginkaku, and the chakra of the 8-tailed clone that Sasuke which is caught before. Finally let Geto Mazo evolve into the original 10-tailed form in advance. The 10-tailed creature's power in the initial form is very powerful. As a height of 400 to 600 meters, Madara Uchiha and Obito Uchiha only rely on it to fight with the whole ninja union. 8. Transformation. In the battle of the fighting with Ninja Union, the 10 Tails started to change into the second form. At this time, the 10 Tails was in a form between plants and animals and could not attack any enemy. 9. The Giant. After the 10 Tails evolved to the third stage, it became higher, about 1,000 meters high, and it is very powerful. Obito Uchiha controlled it and used the Bijiyadama to blow up the command of the Ninja Union. Shikamaru's father died for it. In addition, Obito also controlled the 10 Tails to kill many ninjas, including Niji Hyuga. 10. Imprisonment of 10 Tails. At this moment, the 10 Tails were still not awake, so it was restrained by the ninja Kitsuchi of Iwagakure using the Totan Ninjutsu. But at this time, the 10 Tails continued to transform into a new form. 11. 10 Tails. At the time when the 10 Tails was bound up, the 8 Tails and 9 Tails took the Ninja Union to start a counterattack, but the 10 Tails could not be killed. Their purpose was to cut off the connection between Obito Uchiha and Madara Uchiha with the 10 Tails, and finally succeeded. 12. Massive 10 Tails V1. At this time, the 10 Tails became violent because it was out of the control of Madara Uchiha and Obito Uchiha, and its power became stronger again, and it began to seal and prepared to change into the next form. 13. Massive 10 Tails V2. At this time, the 10 Tails was about to win the attacking form, and it spat out a meatball from its mouth, which looked like a flower bud. 14. Massive 10 Tails V3. At the time, when the 10 Tails officially already in the real attacking form, the buds it spit out began to bloom, and it launched the Bijiyadama. Neither could stop such an attack. But luckily, the 4th Hokage Minato Namikaze and the other 3 Hokage arrived on the battlefield in time, and they resist the 10 Tails attack and restrained it. 15. Mini clones of 10 Tails. After the 10 Tails was bound by 4 Hokages, in order not to be killed by the ninjas, it released a lot of mini clones to protect itself, and at this time, the 10 Tails was still evolving into a stronger form. 16. Tree of 10 Tails V1. After Obito Uchiha became the 10-tailed Jinchuriki, the power of the 10-tailed was controlled, and it became a giant tree with many flowers. What is terrifying is that each flower can release a Bijiyadama with amount of energy that can destroy a country. 17. Tree of 10 Tails V2. In the end, the 10 Tails completely turned into a Shinju, and a huge flower bloomed on the top of the tree. It contained great power. After Madara Uchiha completely absorbed it into the body, he showed the eternal Tsukuyami. 18. 10 Tails of Kagaya V1. After Ten Tails returned back to the body of the resurrected Kagaya Otsutsuki, it can transform into a giant rabbit, and this rabbit can melt anyone once been touched, which is very scary. 19. Ten Tails of Kagaya v2. After Kagaya was sealed by Naruto and Sasuke, the nine-tailed beasts began to break away from the body of the Ten Tails, and the Ten Tails began to lose its power. 20. Ten Tails of Kagaya v3. Ten Tails, who lost all the tailed beasts, eventually turned into a white Geto Mazo, and was sealed with Kagaya in a space far away from the earth. 21. Another trees. In fact, there is not only one Shinju. The members of the Otsutsuki's clan planted Shinju on many planets. After they absorbed all the energy of these planets, they will leave and search the next planet that can absorb energy. 22. Many Ten Tails. Ishiki Otsutsuki raised a ten tail, but it is much smaller than the real ten tail. But if it becomes a god tree and absorbs the energy of the earth, it will become very huge.